Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Yoruba Self-Determination Group amends constitution, gets new chairman. Banditry, kidnapping may stall 2023 election. Traditional ruler. Why were detained train abduction negotiator Mamu, DSS? Your scheme voluntary, or show CP tells protesting police constables. FG to ASU, we won't withdraw no wait no pay decision. Abba Kyari operates death squad in Nigeria. He will on me for exposing him. Penguin begins protest over oil thefts. 43 kidnapped Muslims worshippers freed after kidnappers collected money. And on a foreign story, new British PM Liz Truss appoints Nigerian Kemi Bednock into cabinet. And on sports, our owners are calm. Klopp takes swipe at Chelsea. Now the news in detail. The Apex Yoruba Nation Self-Determination Organization, Ilana Omo Odua, led by Professor Banji Akintoye, has amended its constitution, which he has converted the office of the deputy of the group to the chairman. The chairman is also the head of administration, tasked with the daily management and administration of the group. Moving forward to the next story concerning banditry. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, a female traditional ruler, village head, Aka Efa community of Cross River State, Her Royal Majesty Henrietta Efa Akpera, has urged the federal government to upgrade its strategy to overcome the insecurity challenges bedeviling the nation. She said that any attempt by the federal government not to resolve the insecurity challenges that the nation is at a moment faced with many effects of the outcome of the forthcoming general elections. The monarch expressed worry over the escalating rate of insecurity, which includes poverty, banditry, kidnapping, and killings, calling on the federal government to rise to the occasion and off the menace. The monarch stated that Nigeria can still be great again, just as it was in the days of our nation's founding fathers. She said that except something is urgently done to salvage the situation, the much preached 2023 general elections, which every Nigerian has been warming up to participate in, would not come or but a mirage. The female traditional ruler advocates collaboration between governments at all levels and the traditional institution to enable the country to win the war against insecurity. To another part of the world story, the Department of State Security Services, DSS, has said the Abuja Kaduna train hostage negotiator Tukur Mamu is in its custody. The DSS stated this in a statement by its spokesperson, Dr. Peter Afunaya, yesterday following report that Mamu was arrested in Egypt. The DSS said his arrest in Egypt followed complaints from the military and other security agencies in relation to some pertinent operations. Part of the DSS statement reads, "This is to confirm that Mamu, as a person of interest, was intercepted by Nigeria's foreign partners at Cairo, Egypt on 6 September 2022, while on his way to Saudi Arabia for lesser Hajj. He has since been returned to the country today, 7 September 2022, which is yesterday, and taken into service custody. The act followed a request by Nigeria's military, law enforcement, and intelligence community to their foreign partners to bring back Mamu to the country to answer critical questions on ongoing investigations relating to some security matters in part of the country. The public may wish to note that the law will appropriately take its course." Recall that Mamu has been in the news lately for his part in the release of Kaduna train hostage victims who were abducted on March 28th. In August, the publisher of Desert Herald newspaper withdrew as the leader and lead negotiator in securing the release of the remaining train attack victims and claimed that his life was under threat by the Nigerian government. Moving to Osun State as regards the constables on protest. The Osun State Police Command has stated that the community policing constable scheme of the Nigerian police is a voluntary service which is a federal government initiative to improve security at the grassroots. It said the scheme was for individuals with prior paid employment to desire to spend their spare time assisting the police in its tasks within their communities. This was made known in the press statement by the Osun State Police Commissioner, Olawale Olokode, signed by Yemisi Opalola, the spokesperson for the command, on Tuesday. Recall that early on Tuesday, some members of the scheme protested for the non-payment of their 18-month stipends in Osogbo, state capital of Osun. The protesting members of the Community Policing Constabulary Scheme in Osun started the protest from the popular Okefia roundabout through Alekuwodu to Olaiya Junction. Moving on concerning the ASUU strike. The Minister of Education, Adamu, has reiterated that the federal government has no plans to rescind the no work, no pay rule put in place as a penalty for the ongoing strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU. Adamu said this while speaking during a program on Channels TV on Wednesday night. This came after a representative of the Education Ministry revealed that there has been an appeal for the government to consider going back on the policy or reaching a compromise concerning it. The federal government is not rescinding the no work, no pay decision. The federal government has taken the decision that it will not pay whoever goes on strike. If they call the strike off today, they will be losing 7 months of pay, Adamu said. When asked if he thought the government decision would not worsen the government's ongoing negotiations with the lecturers, he said he believed it will be good news to them. According to the minister, Nigerians ought to commend the federal government for their intervention in the ongoing strike, and that citizens could only blame the FG instead of the ASUU if it had not done what it was meant to do to end the strike. Concerning Abba Kyari's case and Hush Puppy, Nigerian internet fraud ringleader Rahman Hush Puppy Abbas has told the United States District Court for Central District of California that he is at risk of being armed by disgraced police officer Abba Kyari. Mr. Abbas said his role in the indictment of Mr. Kyari, which precipitated the downfall of Nigeria's most celebrated police officer, has put him at great risk, and he would not be able to return to Nigeria after serving his sentence in the U.S. The pleas were outlined in a memorandum he submitted before Judge Otis Wright, seeking a downward review of sentencing years demanded by the prosecutors after Mr. Abbas pleaded guilty to multi-million-dollar fraud last year. Lewis Shapiro, an American defense attorney hired by Mr. Abbas, filed a memorandum on behalf of his client on September 5th per court filing seen by People's Gazette. The prosecutors have demanded up to 11 years in prison for Mr. Abbas, as well as payment of $1.7 million in restitution and $500,000 in fines. A 3-year supervised release after completion of the 11-year sentence was also recommended, filing showed. The defense, led by Mr. Shapiro, countered the request, saying Mr. Abbas had become a changed person since he was arrested in Dubai in June 2020, extradited to the U.S. in the month, and remanded in prison ever since. The defense therefore asked the court to hand Hush Puppy between 35 to 41 months in prison. Moving on, in case you're just joining, you are watching the world news from BGI TV. Next on the news. Members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria on Thursday commenced a nationwide protest over crude oil theft. Channels Television reporters on ground at the Unity Fountain in Abuja observed that the oil workers carried banners with inscriptions such as "Chasing oil thieves and vandals out of business and oil theft is illegal." Speaking at the march that started from the Unity Fountain in Abuja this morning, Pegasus President Festus Osifo said President Muhammadu Buhari should give a marching order to heads of security agencies tasked with the security of oil pipelines in the Niger Delta. He also threatened that oil workers will withdraw their services should the government fail to take the decisive action against oil thieves. Moving on to the national story before the foreign news. 43 Muslim worshippers who were kidnapped at Zogo community in Bukuyum local government area of the state have been freed. Platform Times gathered that they were freed on Tuesday night at about 10:30 p.m. after the payment of 5 million naira and some supplies of several jerrycans of petrol. Members of the Zogo community disclosed that 44 persons were kidnapped from the village, but one person died in the bandit camp as a result of torture. The other 43, however, returned to the village on oath and have since been reunited with their families. The police are yet to give full details of the release. However, after the abductions, the Zamfara Command deployed additional tactical activities and operatives to the area to ensure that normalcy returns. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Kolo Yusuf, also assured of the command's commitment to rid the state of criminal activities and appealed for continued support and collaboration to all security operatives in an effort to achieve these mandates. And to the foreign story, the United Kingdom Prime Minister Liz Truss has appointed The United Kingdom Prime Minister Liz Truss appointed British Nigerian Member of Parliament Kemi Badenoch as a member of a cabinet on Tuesday. Recall that Badenoch had viewed for the office of the British PM as a member of the Conservative Party and made it to the top 5 in July. Badenoch entered the Commons as a member of Parliament's MP for Saffron Walden in 2017. She has also been outspoken on issues such as gender-neutral toilet and anti-woke. Following Truss's appointment so far, it will be the first time in UK history that the leading cabinet lieutenant of Britain's Prime Minister had no white occupying any of the great offices of state, Treasury, Foreign Affairs, and Home Affairs. And finally, on sports. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp has taken a swipe at Chelsea over the sack of the former manager Thomas Tuchel. On Wednesday morning, Chelsea parted ways with their former manager Thomas Tuchel after 2 seasons spent at the club. The dismissal came in the wake of a disappointing 1-0 loss to Dynamo Zagreb that compounded their poor start to the season. The statement from their official website reads, Chelsea Football Club has today parted company with head coach Thomas Tuchel. On behalf of everyone at the Chelsea Football Club, the club would like to place on its record its gratitude to Thomas and his staff for all their effort during the time with the club. Chelsea's coaching staff will take charge of the team for training and preparation for upcoming matches as the club moves swiftly to appoint a new head coach. There will be no further comment until the new head coach appointment is made. Chelsea's coaching staff will take charge, as we said. Klopp, whose side lost scandalously to Napoli 4-1 on Wednesday night, was answering questions from journalists after the game on whether he thinks following the defeat, a sack is imminent for him. Klopp said in response, "Not really, this is not the case. Our owners are rather calm and expect me to sort the situation and not think someone else will. They are a different kind of owners. Our owners are rather calm," says with a swipe at Chelsea. That concludes the world news from BGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. Yoruba Self-Determination Group amends constitutions, gets new chairman. Banditry kidnapping may stall 2023 election, traditional ruler. Why would detain trained abduction negotiator Mamu, DSS? And finally, our owners are calm. Klopp takes swipe at Chelsea. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagide Imo _22. For advert placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. I am Moriwe Rebila Lawa. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just into BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.